top of the hour, we begin with a story that has a lot of people, a lot of you, absolutely outraged today. You see this young man? This young Florida artist is dead after police shot him with a taser. 18-year-old Israel Hernandez was spray painting an empty building in Miami Beach. Apparently his friends were there. They were on the lookout, but police spotted him. And you know what he did? He ran. They say he hid, he jumped a fence, refused to obey their orders. So what did an officer do? Pulled out a taser gun and tased him. His friends say as he lay on the ground, lifeless, that is when officers began to laugh and congratulated one another.
There, I seen my friend lay down on the floor and they were just high-fiving each other and laughing.
It's brutal. That's just brutal. He's a kid about my size, and there was about 30 cops on him.
Want to bring in Nick Valencia. You've been following this one for us. Also, HLN law enforcement analyst Mike Brooks. Got a lot to talk about here. First to you.
Yes.
I know you talked to his girlfriend. CNN's talked to dad, sister. They all say he was a good guy.
That he was pure and innocent. Here the irony is in all of this, that he just moved from Colombia. The family moved the family to the United States to get away from the violence, Brooke, only for something like this to happen with their son. One of our reporters in Florida caught up with the father. Take a listen to what he had to say.
La fuerza me la da.
I find the strength in my hope for justice. We are in a country that defends human rights, a country that sets an example and dares to ask other countries to use excessive force. That is my son's case. Excessive force.
Israel Hernandez was 18 years old. He was a popular graffiti artist there locally in Miami Beach, and his sister just spoke about the passion that he had for his artwork.
He was an amazing artist, a very passionate person, very passionate artist, and that it's unfair to end his life for something he loved. It was very unnecessary, and they went beyond the point. I don't know what exactly happened, but if he died, they obviously went off the point.
So as you mentioned, Brooke, a lot of people upset locally and nationally. They don't agree with the way the police handled this in Miami Beach.
Obviously, that's on one side of the story. I want to ask you about what police are saying in just a second. Mike Brooks, you're a cop for years and years. You brought in a taser gun. To be clear, there is no battery in this. There is no cartridge. We're safe.
Right.
But why do police use taser guns?
Well, I tell you, it's a great alternative to deadly force because it's less than lethal, just like pepper spray, just like a police baton. But under certain circumstances, all of these could be lethal. Now, we don't know what the autopsy says. We don't know if the taser was the cause of death for this guy. But keep in mind also, if you're using a building as your canvas and you're a graffiti artist, you're also a vandal. They approached him. Why did he run? He wouldn't have tasered him if he hadn't run. And then he did run. He eluded the police. And when they got him, apparently he didn't do what they said. So they did use a taser, which I tell you, most departments that deploy tasers, that get tasers, the use of force complaints on police go down, and the injuries to law officers goes way down too, because you don't have to put hands on somebody and have to fight with them.
What are police saying about this?
Well, they're not saying very much. They're saying that they had to tase him because they had to arrest him, and they had to use that force in order to arrest him. But the police report, it doesn't give a lot of details about what happened. Just that he ran, and like Mike was saying, you know, he was popular locally, but he's not without criticism. He was defacing a private property, and he took off when police told him not to.
You know, I guess it just got us talking in our meeting this morning how often, this seems pretty rare to hear of a taser death. And so we don't know, as you point out, appropriately so, you know, autopsy hasn't been done or the results haven't been released. You know, his nickname is Reefer.
Right, his girlfriend said that he's not, he didn't smoke pot.
I was about to get there, Nick Valencia. Doesn't do drugs, but nonetheless, it got us wondering if you are high, if you are drunk, and if you were on the receiving end of a taser, does that change, given what could be in your system?
Well, you could also, you could die of excited delirium, because that has happened a number of times. And we'll wait for the toxicology reports to come back before we say, let's take a look again at the taser use, okay? But a lot of times, people also have pre-existing conditions that they die of. You have a heart murmur, but the taser would not contribute to that. Think about this. A defibrillator, when someone dies or is dying and they use a defibrillator bringing them back, that's 360 joules of electricity. A taser is 0.07 joules. It's 50,000 volts, but extremely, extremely low amperage.
In deadly force circumstances in Florida, usually the Florida Department of Law Enforcement gets involved, third party, to investigate this use of deadly force. But in South Florida, police departments like to take the lead on their own investigations. So right now, as it stands, it's just Miami Beach.
We'll see where it goes. It's
Absolutely.
tragic nonetheless. Guys, thank you both very
Sure.
much.